Hanaki, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki of Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Oh, Hanaki. Good morning. You do know? But are you sure? Are you fully sure? Are you the surest sure? Why is it up there? Hold on, I have to fix that. Why is it up there? All my settings got really weird. I didn't really get a chance to fix them super well, so... We're balling, I suppose. Oh, Hanaki! How are you guys this morning? How are you feeling? I have not really slept the past couple of days.
Guide you back to me.
She always asks, what do you know, but never how do you know? That's true, I never ask you the how. Or the why do you know? Or the where do you know? Or the who do you know? Or the... I don't ask you any of that. I only ask you the what. That is a good point. However, I feel like if I decided to, like, randomly, actually start asking the other questions, it would just be like, why? Oh, true. When do you know? That's also what I don't usually ask. Get up here. Illegal. Actually, you could probably go down here. You can go down there, that's fine. Okay. Gonna sleep after this? You should probably sleep during this. You should probably go to bed. I think that would be good. I wish I was in bed right now. Because as I was saying, I have not slept much at all the past couple of days. I don't really know what's going on. I've mentioned before that I tend to get insomnia sometimes. It just kind of seems like recently it's been happening more often than I would like it to. It's been kicking my butt. I'm gonna sleep between this and the members stream. I guess that's fair. But yeah, friendly reminder, I guess. We do have a members stream, tonight? About 11-ish hours from now. At 8 p.m. We're gonna be having a members-only work stream. You guys are gonna get to see me cry over the 8,000 Word documents I am writing and the 8,000 things I have to record. So you'll get to get a little peek at what it is like to be Buno. The struggles of me writing. And maybe some recording. We will see. I'm exaggerating, by the way. It's not that bad. It's just... I mean... You will finally understand what I mean when I say that I'm super busy behind the scenes, I guess. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I hope things are good. It could be better. I don't know what happened. I was trying to set up for stream, and then I guess I pressed a button, and it made all of my settings get wonky, so I'm gonna have to, like, actually sit and fix all of my, OBS scenes after this stream. There's also apparently something wrong with my output, because YouTube Studio is yelling at me right now about how my current bitrate is low. I don't know why, because I didn't touch any of the bitrate settings, but I guess whatever I hit when I hit that weird button caused the bitrate to get wonky, so I have to fix that too. And I'm kind of dumb, so I don't know how to do that kind of thing by myself. I'm gonna need to get assistance, but it's fine. It's fine. These things happen. Sometimes you just hit a funny button by accident when you're trying to fix something, and then it ruins everything in the program. Any such cases. I am a fairly tech-literate Oni. But sometimes I just press the funny button, and then it ruins everything. And then that's when, I am not a tech-literate Oni. But it is okay. But yeah, I hope you guys have had a good week now that it is winding down and wrapping up. Since it is weekend, I believe, in most time zones. Hope you had a good one. We're heading into April. Is that not crazy? I've said it a couple of times. I think not even just this week, but also a little bit last week. And probably the week before. But April is going to be the 6-month, Hanamizuki anniversary, and that's crazy. That means we have been here for 6 months. Speaking of that cough that I just did, everyone please keep Ranchan in your thoughts, because it seems whatever I had has managed to pass to Ranchan somehow. Poor Ron.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Thank you for the bruh! I appreciate it. No message. That's crazy. What a power move. Thank you so much. Let me adjust the daily goal. But yeah, we are about to reach 6 months of Hanamizuki. Which is very surreal. But yeah, please keep Ron in your thoughts. She's very, very sick. I hope she will be feeling better by the time April fully rolls in. I mean, it should be okay. The anniversary would be like mid-April. So, I think it'll be fine? What do you mean somehow it's from hand-holding? That's so true. When I was sick and miserable, I wanted to hold my wife's hand. And she was willing to indulge me, however, that means now she is sick with what was plaguing me. That said, it's not even fully out of my system, so we're both just sick. But luckily, I feel okay today, at least. It was starting to get really bad yesterday. I don't know what was going on there. But I'm feeling okay this morning. I think it's the weather. Onigashima has been, like, really, really cold. And I think I'm just not getting warm enough at night, so maybe it's just making me have, like, the cold linger longer. Has it really been 6 months already? You're telling me. I thought when I debuted that it would take forever to get to the 6 month mark, but then, like, I blinked and we're at the 6 month mark, and I'm like, hold up. Pause. What do you mean? So no, I agree that it is flying. It's fluing? I don't know how to talk. It's flying really fast. But I'm very excited. We are cooking some things. I don't know if I can fully allude to all of the things, but Hanamizuki, we do be cooking some things. It's been a little rough because we've all been busy and or sick and or in Kaya's case in Japan, crying over idols. But we have been cooking. It's all turning out really good from what I have seen of everything. I still have a little bit left to do on my side. I don't know how the other two are doing on their stuff, but it's very exciting. I hope you guys are gonna look forward to everything that's gonna come out, because there's multiple good things, multiple little treats, multiple little various cool things. I'll keep Kaya in my thoughts too. Yeah, keep her in your thoughts. Otherwise, she's gonna be crying and like snot-nosed all over the audience members during the Muse concert. But yeah, I hope she's having fun too. She's been looking forward to this for a very long time. I'm sure she's probably talked to her audience about it, so I'm sure that the Dongogumi have heard this already, but like, she loves Muse, so the fact that she gets to be there for that concert is probably something that she's never, ever, ever gonna forget. Hanamizuki half-year anniversary in mid-April, Aonya anniversary in late April, Novamore half-year anniversary in early May, busy times for the company. This is true. You raise a good point. It's a very busy, like, section of months. And then summer is kind of, like, slow, besides birthdays, I guess. So, at least you get a bit of a break when summer fully hits, you know? That'll be nice. It just means that spring will be busy. It's just something about spring, you know? Good morning! Hanaki! Hope you're having a good morning. I'm doing okay, I'm chilling. I got water. I'm just kind of rambling about whatever comes to my brain. I'm chilling. I apologize if I pause a little bit in between my rambling, though, because I am still fighting off this cough and these sniffles. And I don't know what it is, but sometimes the more I talk, the more I have to cough and sniffle, so I'm kind of trying to monitor it as I go. I hope I don't sound bad. I don't sound bad in my own ears, but should I play Arkham Knight or Fortnite Festival? You guys choose? Oh. Arkham Knight. I don't know what Fortnite Festival is. I would choose Arkham Knight. You sound fine? Okay, sick. The cough is always the last to go, but I'm also still stuffy, is the thing. I'm pretty sure what I had was a really bad sinus infection, or like sinusitis, basically. And I think that's why I still have that like issue of dryness in my throat. I was looking up a new symptom that I have that's really fun and cool. And it said that that symptom usually crops up as like a remnant, like near the end of a sinus infection, and I was just like, oh cool! Great, okay, so I guess I'm stuck with this for a little while. Fortnite Festival is like Guitar Hero, but it's a Fortnite game mode. Oh yeah, didn't, I think Nene and Lette played that during their Fortnite stream, right? During their Fortnite collab? I was only like half paying attention to that stream. I had it on in the background to support them, and I wasn't fully paying attention because I was doing other stuff. I think they played that game mode. I don't entirely remember. They did. Oh! You once had phlegm stuck in your chest for 3 months? Oh god, I could never. At that point, I would have to go to a doctor and be like, you have to give me the strongest cough medicine that you have so that I can cough this out. If I can't cough this out, you're going to have to extract it from my chest. Phlegm is literally the worst. But yeah, apparently, sinus pressure from sinusitis can, like, press down on, like, your soft palate, like, in your mouth, and cause it to feel a little bit, like, sore when you swallow. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. It's just annoying. Like, it's not cripplingly bad, so, I mean, knock on wood that it doesn't get worse, I guess. But, new fun symptom I've never had before. But it could certainly be worse, so I will take what I can get. Do not Yuno ellipses me. I am okay. If it really continues to be this bad, I'm probably going to go to a doctor this week. it's really hard in Onigashima to get to the doctor because, well, traveling is a little bit difficult, and then also, I just have so many island tasks and obligations that it's hard to find time. I honestly probably should have gone, like, way sooner, but if these remnants don't go away, relatively soon-ish, then I will have to make the journey to the doctor. Probably have to fight off some bandits and wild animals on the way. It's a real journey. It's like, you have to dedicate a lot of time to it. But I will do it if it continues to be this much of a problem. Because, you know, I do currently talk and record myself talking and record myself singing and, like, various other vocal activities, like, for a living. So, if I can't do this at full capacity, it will definitely impact me. So, I will be, trying to make sure that I can make that happen. You don't need some medic. I don't know if a medic is exactly the thing that would help. I get what you're saying, though. Oh, wrong thing. Plus, in order for the Oni doctor to help you, you have to answer his 3 riddles. Okay, well, the riddles part I can do. I have a pretty big brain. I can handle a few riddles. Let's go on some serious adventure where we beat the world-ending enemy, but in the end it just happened to be on the way to the cold medicine we needed. So true. That would be me. I would be going on the trek to get to the doctor to get my cold medicine. And then I somehow get caught up in, like, the hero's journey as, like, one of the important party members, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess this is what I'm doing now. But then that means I have to go on the hero's journey with a cold. The post-game, like, cutscene with me is me finally getting my cold medicine, and they hear what I sound like without a stuffy nose, and they're just like, Yuno? Is that you? And I'm just like, yeah, man. This is what I could have sounded like if you would have just let me go to the doctor. Yuno's bad for a day. Exactly, you understand. That sounds like a concept for an isekai. Yeah, it's like some person who is like wearing the cold mask, you know, like they do. And they're trying to go to the doctor to get, like, to pick up, like, a prescription or something, and they get isekai'd. But the worst part is that even though they have isekai'd, they still have the cold. So they still have to wear the mask, but now it's, like, a fantasy version. I vibe with it. I like it. The real cold medicine was the friends we made along the way. That's true. I traveled to another world with a really bad cold, but the only thing that wasn't cold was the friendships I made along the way. Is what it would be called. Ohayo! Good morning! Yuno's cheat skill is that colds don't exist in the new world, so it's deadly to everyone there. Oh no! Yuno Hanaki brings the plague to the fantasy, to the freaking isekai world. Terrible. Well, then the problem is that I would also have to invent, like, the cure for the common cold. So then I'd also become a famous doctor. Or like a famous chemist? Who are the people that invent medicine? Doctors? Something like that. Hanaki! Good morning! Hope you're having a good start to your day. I am... okay. I could be... better, but I'm alright. Pharmacist? True. Okay, it's probably pharmacist. In your area, probably an alchemist working at an apothecary. Oh, that's also true. It could be an apothecary. Well, it is a proper and true good morning then. It's kind of nice to know that I'm part of the daily, well, I guess daily, the Saturday question mark morning routine. It's kind of nice. I kind of appreciate knowing that some people have incorporated my streams into like their daily schedule. That's why I try to stay consistent with my times when I can. I know at least for me, I really like consistency and sticking to a schedule, and I'm sure... I personally think that my viewers probably also would prefer it if I was consistent with when I streamed. So I do my best. Man, this dryness. Icky. I'm gonna start incorporating more of kawaii into my time, though there's 16 of you, so plenty to keep me busy. So true. We have gotten so busy now that Ephemera is here. And they all stream a pretty decent amount, too. Some of those, unfilled hours are starting to get filled up more with more streams. Your streams in my morning time are much better incentive to get ready than work is. I'm glad I can motivate you to get ready for work. After getting up early for work all week, I get to stay in bed and watch Yuno. It's like a little reward at the end of the week. No, that's so sweet! I'm glad you enjoy it. Man, it makes me soft. My heart is warm. I appreciate it. When I was sick and I wasn't streaming for that like basically an entire week, I felt like my whole routine was disrupted because I missed chatting with you guys, and like I physically couldn't. So that was a lot of the reason why it was so hard for me. I was like, man, I want to be able to stick to my schedule, but I know that I am physically incapable of speaking right now. But I wanted to so bad. It felt so weird. It feels nice seeing a lot less dead hours now. I can imagine. I feel like for you guys as viewers, it's nice to have more variety during all these different time periods. Time periods is not the right term. Time frames, time slots. There's more of a variety. Although I feel like we also run into quite a bit of overlap too. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It feels very, very lively. But I think that's something that'll just naturally happen when you go from 10 to 16. Which is still weird to say out loud. I think my brain still hasn't fully wrapped around the fact that Ephemera is 6 people. Like, obviously I knew that. And I've known it for a while, but like... 6 people. That's crazy. The overlap has started being an issue now. Has it become like an issue? I wouldn't be surprised. It can be hard to watch like all the different streams that are going on. We try to avoid overlapping each other as much as possible, but that's like 2 whole HMZ. Oh jeez. If we were in a 6-person group, but it was just like 2 sets of Hanamizuki, terrible. But no, I think it's nice that there's a lot of variety in content, too. Feels like there have been a lot more collabs lately, too. This is true. FMERO are really good at, like, hanging out with each other, and I feel like it's also bringing some of the other girls out of their shells as well. I can only watch your morning stream since it's 8:40 p.m. here. Your much later stream would be the time I'm already asleep. That's fair. Luckily, there are other girls who stream in the different time slots. I don't think I could handle doing an early stream every day. I am technically awake early every day, but I think I need to have, like, a mix. Some corpo VTubers worry about overlap so much that it restricts them and they stream at unreasonable hours. Really? I've never heard that before, but I guess I could see that being a thing. I think I can talk about this. It's not exactly like a secret, I don't think. But we do try to avoid overlap as much as possible. It's getting a little bit difficult now that we have 16 people. So, like, overlap is kind of inevitable. But there's, like... we handle it when it comes to, like, events and things like that. We are always paying attention to each other's schedules to, make sure that we don't overlap important things. But sometimes overlap just can't be helped. Especially as we get more and more girls. You use the mornings for island duties, right? Sometimes. I have island duties on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. To which you guys are probably like, oh, but you know, today is a Saturday. Correct. We are mid-island duty time. But this is a little bit of a downtime that I get during my island duties. But those are when I usually have my island duties, but sometimes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday also has island duties. Like, the week I was sick, or like the week I was recovering from my illness, I had island duties every single day. Like, every single day, Monday through Saturday, there were island duties. So, sometimes it gets crazy. Luckily, though, it's kind of starting to ease up a bit. Kind of. Not really. Like, for example, yesterday, only Isla was streaming for her outfit debut. Yeah, because we knew that it was gonna be a big thing. I think it was really nice, too. And that also meant that all of us could actually, like, watch it and, like, comment while it was going on. That was really fun, too. It was kind of nice seeing all the other girls appear in chat. Obviously, I was there, too. But it was nice seeing everybody, gush over Isla and support her. So that's one of the other benefits of doing it like that. But yeah, the main priority is to not overlap super important events. If it's like normal streams, overlap is kind of inevitable, and so if it happens, it happens. We try to avoid that as well. Like, we try to stick to consistent time slots, and we also try to make sure that it's not completely overlapping other people if it can be helped, but you know, it will eventually reach a point where we can't, like, force it. She did great, didn't she? Isla-sama? Of course she did. She did amazing. And I think it's okay if I say this now, like now that the outfit has been revealed, but I saw it, actually, before anybody else did. Well, I guess besides, like, Nami, who rigged it. By the way, Nami's rigging, phenomenal. Chef's kiss, beautiful. Did you see the way that Isla-sama moved? Gorgeous. Amazing, beautiful, incredible. Never been done before. But during the Hatoful Boyfriend stream, well, before it, when we were setting up, Isla-sama gave me a little sneaky peeky of the model rigged, and so I got to see some of it. Not all of it, but she showed me some of it, and I was like, oh, it's so cute. So I was sitting there having this secret knowledge, and I was like, I gotta act like I don't know, but I know. But I know. But no, it's a really cute outfit. I think it suits Isla really, really well. I kind of like this new angle that she's taking, like with the more like casual outfit. All the different hairstyles are so cute. One of the things I said when she was showing them to me, she showed me the hair buns on the long straight hairstyle, and I was like, you kind of look like Sailor Moon with that look, and she was like, oh, Sailor Moon! It was very cute. But no, it was really good. The little video for it, cute. The cover she released, cute. The new intro that she has that's like an Otomad, adorable, still stuck in my head. Hikikomori is justice! I love it. The big variety of toggles is so great. I agree. I think the fact that it has so many toggles makes it like... It feels like it's more outfits than just the two, somehow. Well, I guess you could argue it's technically 3 because she has the alternate color for the pajama set. But it just feels like you can make it look different in so many different ways. It works really, really well. And it's cute. The Mimir outfit was really nice too. Mimir! It was super cute. But no, definitely stayed up to watch it. Which, I mean, I guess I would have anyway, because my insomnia has been acting up the past couple days, but definitely stayed up looking at my bright computer monitor so that I could watch Isla-sama. Which probably did not help the fact that I could not get any sleep, but it was worth it because it was for Isla-sama. It is always worth it if it is for Isla-sama. Keep that in mind going forward. New outfits are just so hype. I'm really excited for the other girls to get new outfits too. I love events like that. Those are one of my favorite things to watch when it comes to watching other VTubers. I love watching new outfit reveals. I also love, like, big anniversary events. Love those too. I hope it hasn't been that bad lately and you've been getting some rest. Well, I get some rest during the day. I'll take, like, a nap midday, which is usually not that long of a nap. Yesterday was pretty bad. Yesterday, I did not get any sleep at all. Wait, was it yesterday or was it the day before? I'm getting my days and nights confused because my insomnia has been getting bad. Maybe it was Thursday? Yeah, actually maybe it was Thursday. I didn't sleep a wink that day, and I had my really early morning island duties. I went to bed like almost immediately after I finished a portion of them. Got up, finished the remainder, went back to bed, and then I slept for like a lot of the day. I was so tired. Wait, no, that was yesterday. God, this is just, you know, we're continuing the pattern of, I don't remember the difference between my days. They're blurring together. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Honestly, streaming is probably one of the main ways I know that the days are passing, and I know what day it is. I mean, I also fill out that calendar every week for the kawaii Twitter to post, but, like, if I wasn't, like, streaming as regularly as I do, I don't think I would know what day it is. Well, luckily I do. But yeah, it's not terrible. Like, I've definitely had worse insomnia. There was a point where I was, like, barely sleeping for, like, 2 weeks. Don't know if I should admit that. But that was, like, the worst, streak of it, I think. And that was just kind of a point where I basically reversed my day and night cycle. So I was up all night, and then I was, like, sleeping for, like, a portion of the morning. And then I would only, like, get up to stream. That was kind of, like, the worst of it. But thankfully it's not to that level yet. I'm gonna do my best to make sure it doesn't get to that level. I love how all of you are sympathizing with me in different ways, and then we just have one example of someone being like, so you met the shadow people. I have not met the Hat Man and the shadow people. No, I have not. I don't get sleep paralysis. I think I got sleep paralysis, like, once in my life. And it was when I was younger. I haven't really gotten it since then. Good morning, Hanaki. Considering the bleh, I feel like you didn't sleep well. But good morning. I heard the shadow people once. You heard them? Oh my goodness. Scary. I've never gotten it, and I'm really scared of getting it. It's... it is unnerving to experience it. I don't think it's as scary as it sounds. Like, it's definitely nerve-wracking when you're in the moment. But, like, to me, it didn't really feel, like, scary in that sense. I've never had it, but the idea that it happened one day is always in the back of my mind. I don't remember what it is that triggers it. Like, if there's a specific thing that has to happen in order for it to trigger, but... I remember when it did for me that it was very much a, like... I saw, like, the thing out of the corner of my eye, and then every time I blinked, or, like, closed my eyes and opened them again, it felt like it was getting closer, and I was watching it, like, land on all these different surfaces as it approached the bed. It was pretty scary. But I haven't really experienced it, in my older Oni years, so I'm not sure how I would feel about it if I experienced it now. How present-day Buno would react. But I think because I am an Oni, I don't think I would really be scared. I would just be like, oh, sup, bro. I see so many weird, like, Oni and yokai on Onigashima that, like, I don't think they would scare me. Now you have bigger problems. Yeah, bro. Why would I be scared of the Shadow Man? I have taxes. You have to induce sleep paralysis? Really? Because the times I remember getting it was always, like, unintentional. Now you, like, pay the rent if you're gonna shack up here? True. If you're gonna spend time in this place, you're gonna have to, like, pay for your share. This is not a rent-free environment. The only thing that is rent-free are my fanfictions. I mean, what? Sorry, what? Wow, you literally said it was going to be gone, and it was like, oh gee, alright, fine. And it left. That's very powerful. I love that for you. Ugh. Big stretch. Oop. Too big of stretch. I hit my mic. Oopsies. Gotta stretch the other way. How is the cute Oni? I'm doing okay. We were a little scuffed earlier, but we're good. We're getting through it. I want to go back, but if I do, I'm just gonna sleep forever. That said, the one time I had sleep paralysis, one of my plushies started humming and the weird laughing I heard backed off. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there was one time, I think when I was, like, even younger than the one time I was talking about, I was, like, really young when I had this bout of sleep paralysis. The sleep paralysis demon ended up being, my Oni Mama's Furby. Like, it turned on. You know how Furbies used to be able to, like, just turn on and talk and, like, yap randomly? Like, it was just a trait that they had because they thought that would be endearing. Incorrect. It ended up being the Furby, like, hopping off, like, the table where she had left it, and it was, like, hopping towards me and, like, still making those, like, sounds. And I think it, like, said my name at one point. And then it, like, jumped like it was gonna attack me, and, like, that sensation of it, like, jumping towards me was what shook me out of the paralysis, but, like, ugh. It was awful. Furbies are, like, possessed already? Yeah, possessed by the paralysis demon creatures. They partnered up. They were like, bro, we should do a collab and scare this little kid. And that's what they did. Because they scared the crap out of me. And I was like, why?
Bruh. Bruh.
Oh, thank you for the bruh. We met the daily goal. Let's go, gamers. The shadow people said I had to pay rent to a little Oni or they'll start whispering to me again. I love a destroyed sleep cycle. Thank you. I appreciate the bruh. Thank you for paying your rent also. That's not a demon, it's already evil. Well, doesn't that mean it is a demon? Unless there's a difference between demons and, like, whatever evil spawn of hell a Furby is. But no, I never personally had a Furby either. I only experienced Furbies through the one that my Oni Mama had, and man, scary. Scary! Don't like it. I don't know why she was the one that ended up with the Furby and I didn't. I think she just really liked it. She had, like, the black and white one. The one with, like, the black fur and the little, like, white tuft on top of its head. I can see it so vividly because of that sleep paralysis dream. Hi, Hanaki. Welcome in. We're talking about sleep paralysis and evil sleep paralysis demons, aka Furbies, in my case. Personally, porcelain dolls are scarier to me than a Furby. They just look unhinged. Speaking of porcelain dolls, I have I have this Oni auntie who collects clown dolls. And personally, I'm not scared of clowns. I don't think clowns are very scary guys, but I do think that the clown doll collection was quite scary. It was on display in like a glass cabinet, like in the middle of her living room. Just a bunch of clown dolls. And like specifically it had to be clown dolls. Some of them were porcelain, some of them were like normal like doll baby type dolls. Some of them were like kind of like Beanie Babies, but not really. Although I do think she had a Beanie Baby that was clown themed. But I don't know why, she was just really fixated on clowns. I'm not scared of clowns. You know, you got scared by a random honk at a carnival. That doesn't mean I was scared of the clown attached to the honk. That means I was scared of the sound coming out of nowhere. That's different. I am not scared of the clown himself. I am scared of him honking when I least expect it. That's the thing that's scary. You're scared of like 2% of the clown? That's not true! I am scared of the clown's tools rather than the clown itself. My stepsister inherited a bunch of porcelain baby clowns 1,000-yard stairs when I was younger too. Ah! Now that I think about it, I think us kids were allowed to pick one of the clown dolls to like take with us. And I'm pretty sure I did pick one. I don't know if I still have it. It's probably in storage. But I do remember picking one. Difference between being scared of clowns and being scared by a clown. Correct! That's the correct take. That's the thing. I can be scared by a clown because he honks and that the sound surprises me, but I'm not scared of the clown. Correct. She liked the movie It. I do have to wonder. I've never seen the movie. I wonder if the Oni auntie liked that movie. I never really thought to ask about why the clown fixation even like was a thing. It just was. Imagine Yuno watches it and she's not afraid of the clown, but of the messy bathroom they have to clean. That sounds like me. I would be like, have you not cleaned this bathroom in 89 years? Why is it so dirty? Although I think that'd be more like anger. Have you seen any movies recently? I rewatched Howl's Moving Castle twice. I watched it once on my own during one of those bouts of insomnia. And then I watched it again with a friend because he was like, why did you watch it without me? So I was like, okay, geez. So we watched it together like a day or two later. That one's really nice, but quite different from the book. Yeah, we were talking about the differences between the movie and the book. I've never read the book, but I was thinking about how much I want to. I wonder how easy it would be to find a copy. Look at these shower curtains! But yeah, I do want to find the book and read it, because I'm curious about all the differences. The one that I knew for sure is that Markle was originally like a teenager in the book, and then for some reason they aged him down for the movie. I'm sure it was probably just to like pander to kids better, but I'm curious what the differences are with having him be a teenager in the book. I do want to read it. But no, it is a good movie. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, that was the last movie that was the movie I watched the most recently. What else did I watch? The other day I brought up that I have seen the FNAF movie. It's a pretty decent movie, all things considered. Yes, it's FNAF, but like it's not a bad movie. It's also not very scary. You can get it super easy? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, I'll just have to look it up then. I will get a nice copy and I will read it. Finally, a book that I can read that's not the Magician's Trilogy. I still haven't picked up book 2 because I am afraid. I do not want to read it. I do not want to. So now I have an excuse. Distraction. Start your morning by seeing Yuno talk and wiggle. Isn't that the best way to start your morning? Hanaki, by the way. The FNAF movie was all over the place. If you can tell me what genre of movie that is, I'll give them $1. That's a fair critique, I would say. I do think that, you know, all things considered, it was very all over the place. I don't think it knew what it wanted to focus on the most. I mean, okay, if we are to believe what Matthew Patthew said about his experience, like, being on the set and, like, seeing the staff work on the movie, they were very dedicated to, like, telling the story properly, while also, like, telling it in their own way. I think that, if we assume that that is correct, then I think that the issue is just that because they wanted to be loyal to the original story, it meant that they were kind of going all over the place. I think they weren't sure which aspect of the story they wanted to focus on the most. Because they found all of it to be very, like, interesting, and they wanted to give all of it its fair due, but then we had, like, weird romance subplots, and then we had, like... like, elements that just felt like it belonged to a totally different movie. But I think it's, like, a fun movie still. Even if the genres are a bit all over the place. I still think it was a fun watch. I wonder, because I do believe that they confirmed that there's going to be, like, a couple sequels. I wonder if, the sequels are going to have more of a, like, narrowed down direction to them. I can hope so. I went to the movies yesterday and watched a really good one. Oh, what did you watch? I am curious. I don't really pay attention to movie releases, honestly. Most of my knowledge of movie releases is whatever gets posted on Twitter. Or like whatever I see on my For You page on Twitter. That is most, if not all, of my knowledge of upcoming movie releases. Unless, like, a mutual recommends something, I suppose. My biggest nitpick with FNAF is why didn't the kid jump out of the car when it was going so slowly? Well, I mean, when you're a kid, your brain is not going to think of the logical solutions. When you're a kid, you're gonna be like, oh, I have been kidnapped and then they will just not do anything smart. Wally's Wonderland did it better? I don't know what Wally's Wonderland is. Y'all sleeping on Dune 2. I never watched Dune 1, so of course I'm gonna sleep on Dune 2. Honkshu, me. I watched The Iron Claw. Incredibly good movie, but heart-wrenching. The Iron Claw. Let me look it up. The Iron Claw. You say Zac Efron and my interest is piqued. I like Zac Efron. Paul and Eric brothers as they make history in the highly competitive world of professional wrestling. Through tragedy and triumph, the brothers seek larger than life immortality on the biggest stage in sports. Oh. I see. So it's a biography. Naruhodo. He kills it in that movie with the acting. Zac Efron's a really good actor. People just see him and think, oh, High School Musical boy. But he's like a really good actor. He's been in a lot of good movies. Chill guy. Did you watch the Zac Efron Ted Bundy movie? I did not. Mostly because I didn't really feel comfortable watching it. I was a bit like nervous to watch it. Yeah. I was like nervous to watch it. I was like, oh, what if it gives me the ick? I liked him in Greatest Showman. I also liked him in Greatest Showman. Correct. Good taste. I love Greatest Showman. Sorry. Greatest Showman is one of 2 movies that I will rewatch over and over and over. I will watch them like multiple times. I will watch it multiple times a year. It's that one, and then the other movie that I watch a bunch, Burlesque. I love campy, silly movie musicals. That is the way to my heart. That's also the reason why I like those Cinderella movies that I've told you guys about before. The ones that are like set in modern day and they're like modern retellings of the Cinderella story, but they're like with really stupid premises. I like those because most of the time they turn into really bad musicals. And that slaps. I just really like that. Movie musical is my beloved. Speaking of, if you want another good example of a movie musical that Zac Efron is in, Hairspray. He does a pretty good job in that role. So what you're saying is you wouldn't mind some Bollywood movies? Maybe. I have watched like a Bollywood movie or 2. I can't remember the titles though, don't ask me. But I'm not like super into the genre, so I'm not super familiar. Cats Don't Dance, yes! True. Cats Don't Dance is good. Can confirm. Very underrated though. Every time I see a movie musical, all I can imagine is a random flash mob happening as daily life. Well, exactly. Because it's part of daily life, it wouldn't be that surprising. Need more movie musicals, honestly. But yeah, I really like musicals. I like musical anime a lot too. There are a couple anime that I watched that are like actually themed around the idea of like being musicals, and they are so cheesy and so campy, but I love them. It's been centuries since I've watched Hairspray. I watched it fairly recently. I think it was a few months ago. Maybe close to a year ago. I don't remember. It was fairly recent though. But it's really good. That's one I've never watched. Maybe I should do it. You should. Would recommend. See, I was about to be like, oh, maybe I could do a watch-along of it someday, but then I realized that I'm insufferable when it comes to movie musical watch-alongs, because I would just be singing along to the songs, and you guys would be like, shut up, Yuno, and I'd just be like... I'd just be singing and being annoying. Especially if it was like Greatest Showman. I know like almost every line in that movie by heart. It would be a nightmare. Don't watch movies with me. Please be annoying as you wish. That is a very strong suggestion. I don't want to be too annoying. But no, I really do like certain musicals and stuff. And I will be annoying about them if we ever get the opportunity to watch them. We get to be annoyed by Yuno for free? Why are you excited about this? We won't know till we see? Interesting. I love the Heathers musical. See, I have not watched Heathers. The only song I know from Heathers is the Candy Store one. And even then, I don't really know it. I just know a little bit of the beat. But, like, the soundtrack does slap for that one. We watched that musical and it is great. The more recent one? Or... like an older one? We need a musical watch-along? Don't tempt me. I'll have to pick a good one, though, is the thing. But no, I definitely blame my Oni mama for doing this to me, because we had a habit of always watching, The Sound of Music. We had a 2-part VHS for The Sound of Music, the one with, Julie Andrews as Maria. We would always, like, make, like, a pillow and, like, blanket fort on the floor on weekends or, like, rainy nights, and we would watch the movie all the way through with snacks and stuff. So, I have an instilled love of the movie musical. It is within my soul. I cannot escape it. Please help me. This is what I mean when I say that I'm a performer, though, too. Like, doing stuff like that is kind of my dream. Being able to perform in that kind of way and, like, do a little bit of acting alongside the singing. Love that sort of thing. The only musical I've seen was Hamilton. I actually haven't watched Hamilton. That was another one I kind of danced around. Even when it came to streaming, I was just like, closes my eyes. I don't see it. If you ever have the opportunity to watch Hamilton, waste it. Not what I expected to read, but fair. That's fair. I get it. I understand. I hear mixed things about Hamilton more often than not. Like, either people really, really like it, or people really don't like it. And, like, I've heard a song or two from Hamilton, and I think some of them are okay. But I feel like, as a wider musical, I don't know if I would like the vibe. Oh, another good movie musical. If you have access to Netflix, if it's on Netflix in your area, I suppose. Tick Tick Boom. It's by the same guy who made the musical Rent. He became known for Rent more so than Tick Tick Boom. But Tick Tick Boom was kind of a, like, autobiographical musical that he made, like, about his own life and, like, his own experiences, while he was, like, struggling before Rent was able to, like, take off, really. Would recommend. Tick Tick Boom has some really good songs. I think about the song 3090 so often. It's so good. But there's, like, other songs in that musical that are really good, too. The movie version is pretty nice. Thoughts on Cats? Never watched it. Well, okay. I never watched the more recent one, the 2020 one. Didn't watch it. However, that was another movie musical that Oni Mama had, and she did try to have me watch that one once. Did I understand what was going on? No. Did I think that the vibe was kind of fun? Yes. I don't know how I would feel about the weird CGI version of the latest installment, latest version of it. I don't know what to call it. The movie should not have existed. I mean, Cats is just like a weird musical, is the thing. It's just kind of a weird, silly thing. So technically it has the right spirit, if it weirded you out. No idea what was going through their heads for that one, but I also understand that some people just thought it was, like, bad, which is fair. But no, Cats is another one that Oni Mama had me watch. Do I have the same soft spot for it as I do for Sound of Music? No, of course not. But I do remember it vaguely. It was, like, weird but fun. That one, I think, was more of, like, less of a movie musical and more of, like, a taping of, like, a stage version of the musical. I had a version of, Peter Pan that was like that, too. I had a VHS of Peter Pan that was, like, the stage play rather than, anything else. The stage play version was very interesting. It felt a lot darker compared to the animated movie. Which, like, fair. Though the animated movie is also pretty dark. Tobin Jacobs, the dude who made your cutouts on Twitter, his dad wrote Grease. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to any of the Tobin Jacobs stuff, besides the fact that everyone was excited that he was gonna make cutouts of us. I had no idea. That's so cool, though. Grease was another one that Oni Mama really loved. That is probably the second most watched movie musical for us. Have you seen Rocky Horror Picture Show? Not all the way through. I don't think. Wait, maybe? Maybe? Maybe I have seen it, but I don't really remember it very well. Unless I'm confusing it with something else, but... I remember being a bit confused by the ending. Also, 1 second. I have to, grab my charger. Mate. I'm gonna, like, look a bit wonky because I'm moving around in front of my, my capture. Okay, I'm back. My charger was not plugged in for some reason. Bad. Did you see Flat Buno in that pic? I did. I have the best seat, arguably. I am perfectly comfortable. He doesn't have to stand us up if he doesn't want to. Why would I ever want to lose my place? Smile. But no, if you see the positioning of where mine is in comparison to some of the other girls, it's a good spot. I think I'm in a nice spot. Although, I don't know if it was just me, but wasn't there like a weird line on my face? I wonder why that line was there. You stand all the cutouts up in your room and then you have some real sleep paralysis demons. Well, if I remember correctly, that guy just has, like... his whole house is basically full of those cutouts, right? So, he probably doesn't sleep in the room that he's going to set them up in. Probably. Well, no, it is kind of crazy. I don't think I would be able to sleep in a room with all those cutouts. I think specifically the Kaya cutout would give me trouble. Kaya would be, like, clamoring to the front of the line to be a sleep paralysis demon. You can't tell me she wouldn't. I feel like that is a goal of hers. A bucket list item, perhaps. She'd replace herself with the cutout one day. True. I mean, that would basically be a ninja technique, no? So that's pretty believable. You can hear her nin nin in your sleep. Nin nin. As I'm just like, ugh. Please, I just want to rest. Nin. Or maybe she tried to do it spooky and be like, Nin. And I'm just like, ugh. No. Cutouts you can hear. True. When she jump scares you, she's like, man, I love One Piece. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that would be one of the options. She would have like a set of rotating phrases. She would always change it up though to make sure that it would always be a fresh scare. That's the thing. She would change it up. She would not stick to the same thing over and over. She just isn't like that. Man, you guys make me want to watch a movie musical now. Not like now as in right this second, but like, I just want to watch one. I'm in the mood to watch one. But I'm so busy. I don't really have time. Man. I will make time probably this next week. And gotta watch a musical now. We woke up the musical bug in your brain. Yeah, and now it won't stop singing show tunes. Please help me. Well, cutout you can hear. We'd probably just need a pre-recorded line and a Raspberry Pi and a discrete speaker. I say we can make a cutout talk. Oh no, that would be even worse. If it could actually talk, I think that would be worse, probably. Arguably, just as worse. I don't think so. Could just have the OST on while working, maybe? True. But see, the problem is when I listen to, specifically English music, but if I listen to music that's in English while I am working, I will get distracted by the lyrics and I will start singing. Therefore, I have to listen to music that's in a foreign language when I work. The only time I can get away with listening to English music and like singing along with the soundtrack is if I'm listening while I'm cleaning. Maybe add a sensor so it talks when you clap. Oh my gosh. Terrifying. Clap on, clap off. I did it with my friend's life-size figure. Life-size figure of what? Of the friend? That would be crazy. Why does your friend have a life-size figure of themselves? What? Rem from ReZero. Oh, okay. Okay, it's an anime girl. I thought you meant like a figure of like your real friend and you got like a voice recording of them to like play on the statue. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Phew. Have you seen Matilda, the new one on Netflix? Yes! Yes! I love that one! That one's so good! I love that one. Good, 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 good. I love the original Matilda, like the original Matilda movie. That's also an example of another book that I want to read. I want to read the book version. But I didn't know that Matilda had a musical, so when I watched the movie musical version, I was just like, oh, I'm obsessed with this. There's a new one? Yes! It just released in, I think it was 2023? It's a fairly recent release. Really good musical. Really good. I really liked it. I was obsessed. That was another case of one where I watched it on my own, and then I immediately watched it again with a friend. Revolting Children is GOAT. That's so real. It has such a good soundtrack. It's so good. I also cried, like, multiple times watching it. That's a good sign it was a good movie. I thought that the girl that they cast as Matilda did a really, really good job. She, like, really carried it. Was a big fan. Hi, Yuno, how's it going? It's going good! We are rambling about movie musicals right now. Because I revealed that I really like, particularly movie musicals, but I like musicals in general. Right now we are talking about the 2023 Matilda movie musical, the one that was released on Netflix. Good movie. Liked it very much. When I find a movie that I want to watch, I tend to go into it without being super critical. Sometimes I still come out of a movie not really liking it, but for the most part, when I go into movies, I tend to go in with a very, uncritical way of looking at them. And so I usually end up coming out having a good time. But, like, especially because my interests are in, like, rom-coms and, like, movie musicals and, like, animated movies every now and again, I feel like I usually get a good time out of it. Like, I think the next time I'm going to watch a more recent movie is probably going to be Inside Out 2, and I'm going to try and go into it with a open mind, so hopefully I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first Inside Out, but I'm not sure. What I have heard from, like, the trailers and the things around it, I am not sure if I will like it, but open mind. Open mind. Even if it's not the best, it's good to just enjoy a film, have a good time. I think because I really like stories, I'm really good at just, like, immersing myself into the thing, whether it's good or bad. Sometimes I still come out of it, and I'm just like, maybe that wasn't the greatest. But I usually find a way to appreciate a story being told in whatever form. I like storytelling. Even if the stories aren't always the best. But I tend to try and go in with an open mind-ish. Generally speaking. It's just also really rare for a movie to catch my attention anymore as something I would want to watch. Because I don't really go out of my way to look for movies. It's also so hard nowadays because there's, like, so many different viewing platforms. I don't usually go to, like, a IRL theater. Personally, I haven't gone to a movie theater in a long time at this point. It's been a while. So I don't really go to, like, theaters in person anymore. And then, like, the issue is that, like, yeah, movies are still coming out on digital, but, like, which platform? Is it on this one? Is it on this one? Is it on this one? Is it on this new one? Is it on this really obscure one that, like, nobody pays for? Is it too expensive or just don't like it? I just haven't had an opportunity to. Most of the movie theaters in Onigashima are kind of far away from me. And I don't drive. This Oni does not have access to a car. So it's kind of just like a pain to go out just to go to a movie. When I could watch a movie at home. But that's just me. I think if I was in an area of Onigashima that was a little bit more walkable, I would probably be able to go to things like movie theaters more often, but it's too hard to go places sometimes. Oni don't drive. Big geta make it hard to walk. you ever been to a drive-in theater? I have! I've gone with friends before. And with family, too. I have, my Oni mama has told me this story before. But, there was a time where we went to a double feature at a drive-in. Well, I think most drive-ins tend to be double features, but apparently I was fine for the first movie, but then after it was over, I was like, okay, I done now. It's bedtime. But then they stayed for the second movie, and I was like, why are we not going home? I'm done now. It's bedtime. And I was like throwing a fit because I didn't realize that there were 2 movies. And it was late. So my little baby brain was like, it's bedtime, why are we not go bed? So apparently they had to like drive out of the drive-in theater to take me home because I was so adamant that I needed to go to bed. I don't remember what the... Okay, I think it might have been Spirit, and then maybe... what was the other movie? I don't remember, but I think the one movie that I had like been willing to sit through was like that horse movie, Spirit. I say that horse movie. Obviously, I don't remember it anymore. The first child to want that bedtime. I was a very adamant child when it came to going to bed, and also adamant about getting books. I wanted books more than I wanted candy, more than I wanted toys, more than I wanted anything. I wanted books. So, like, that's just how I've always been. That's who I am. Mother, it's bedtime! Why are we watching another movie? My baby brain was like, okay, we watched movie, it's nighttime, it's dark, we go bed. Like, I understand her logic. Maybe Yuno had, like, she had the right idea. She understood. It's just like, she didn't understand that that was a special opportunity to stay up past bedtime. And then, like, started throwing a fit at the fact that she was missing bedtime, question mark? But no, that was like the one experience when I was a kid, and apparently after that, Onimama was like, we're not taking her to any more drive-ins. But when I was older, obviously I didn't care as much about bedtime. So, I was able to go, like, with friends. I haven't really gone with family since that incident. But the, I think I saw Maleficent. Right, it was How to Train Your Dragon 2? And then Maleficent was the double feature. Yeah, I think it was the second one, because I remember we watched the first one at a friend's house before we went to see the double feature. Yeah, so that was the one that we saw after that. You're like an upset secretary, like you're over here going, Mom, we're not on schedule. No, but that's literally me as a baby. You don't understand. You don't understand how accurate that is. That's why I'm laughing so much. I'm such a strange kid. This baby has priorities and she has a schedule and she wants to stick to it. Why are we changing up the schedule? Like, there was even a time where my mom, like, randomly pulled me out of school and was like, hey, I decided I didn't want to go to work, so you don't have to go to school. Let's just play hooky. And I was like, but I have school. Like, I didn't understand what the concept of playing hooky was. I was so baffled. I was like, you mean I could just leave school? What do you mean? I have class. We were learning, like, math in there. Because this baby didn't understand what it meant to, like, have fun At least not at first. Once I understood what hooky actually meant, I did enjoy it. We had a good time. Me and my mama. But like... that first experience, those first few moments, I was like, what do you mean? I left math class. You're always a nerd. Always. I'm embarrassed. But no, this is correct. I've always been very, very nerdy. You're really bad at being a kid. Well, like, I don't know. I was just so used to always being like a quiet and like book reading, minding my business type kid that I never really understood the like goofing around parts very much. I don't know. I was just a very serious kid, I guess. I've said it before, but I'm also an only child, so I just kind of... I was so used to spending a lot of time just by myself, just chilling. So, there were a lot of aspects where it was just like, I don't know. I'm going through the motions. I have a schedule, I got a routine. We're good. And then it changes, and I'm like, now hold on. You're telling me that routines can just change? You're telling me people can just decide to do different things? What? But no, I think about that story sometimes. And then I remember once I started going to like middle and high school and being like, when are we gonna get to randomly play hooky again? I missed that. You ever have a lot of playdates or sleepovers as a kid with your friends or neighbors? Not so much with neighbors. Most of the neighbor kids were boys. We would still have like playdates, I guess. But I mostly hung out with a bunch of boys, so sleepovers were out of the question with them. I didn't really start doing sleepovers until I joined Girl Scouts, I don't think. Because most of my friends were boys. I was one of those, you know, despite being the, like, shy bookworm that I was also a little bit of a tomboy because of how often I would hang out with the boys. I would rather play Pokemon and things like that than play, like, house with the girls. You were a Girl Scout? Yes! I was a Girl Scout for quite a while, actually. I never got, like, to the highest level. I think I quit, like, right before I would have qualified for the highest level of being in the Scouts. But that was because everybody else in my troop quit, and I didn't want to do it by myself. What did you usually play with the boys? The boys that I used to hang out with liked to play things like dinosaurs, where they would pretend to be dinosaurs and fight each other. One of the other boys also really, really liked wrestling, so they would wrestle a lot. I tried to wrestle, but I couldn't do it very well because I was tiny. So, didn't wrestle. But I liked watching them fight. I would cheer them on. We got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Around the same time, so we all had, like, basic Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter decks, and we would, like, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite a bit. I would watch them play games a lot. I remember I watched one of them play Spyro. He was, like, obsessed with, like, dinosaurs and dragons. So, he liked Spyro because, like, dragon. So I would, like, watch him play games sometimes. Because I wasn't much of a gamer back then. I didn't really start gaming until a little bit after that. But I would watch him play. But yeah, I hung out with a lot of boys. We played, like... Once I started getting into Pokemon, we would start acting like Pokemon trainers. More battling. You could tell that these boys really like to fight. Also, good morning! Hanaki. But yeah, for a while, the majority of my friends were all boys. They liked to wrestle. They liked to get into mischief. I liked playing sports with them. Like, I got really good at kickball because of them. I think I've told this story before, but I also used to be really good at, baseball? Or I guess softball, because that's the girls' version. That was, like, one of the sports I liked playing with them, too. We played soccer a lot, also. Or football, depending on where you live. Football? See, I liked getting dirty, like if we ever played in like dirt or mud. I didn't mind that stuff, but I was really bad at the wrestling part. I would always be like, I can wrestle, I can fight, let me fight too! And then they would fight me, and then I'd cry because I couldn't handle it. It got to a point where they were like, you guys have to stop letting Yuno try to fight you. It's obvious she can't do it. Like, our parents had to sit us down and be like, you can't let Yuno fight. She will cry. She's a baby. But I wanted to fight so bad. I was just like, man, this sucks. Palm Top Oni yelling, fight me! Literally, though. You just needed the steel chair, and in comes Yuno Hanaki with the steel chair! Bam! So true. But yeah, I was eventually just forbidden from entering the fights, so I just had to, like, watch them. I didn't mind watching them fight, though. It could get pretty entertaining. The problem with that, though, is that when we started school and they wanted to keep, like, fighting, it was a little bit, difficult because, you know, that was against school rules. So they had to find different ways to, like, play. That was also when I started becoming friends with more of the girls, and then, like, getting to know the girls led to, softer, more, like, chill imaginary games, rather than just, like, we are dinosaurs and we are fighting. So that was fun, too. I became friends with a lot of people pretty easily. Probably because I am a very soft and agreeable person. I feel like I just got along with most people. Bet I can fight these girls now. Well, no, okay, so what happened, I was like, can I bring, one of my friends over here? And the girls were like, oh yeah, sure, as long as he's willing to play house. And I was like, oh, okay. So I told him that we were gonna play house, and he was like, okay, I'll try. And then, he decided to... Okay. This is gonna sound silly, but you have to keep in mind we're kids, right? He decided that instead of, like, playing any sort of, like, human role, he would play the dog. And what did this dog want to do? Get into fights. You can see the pattern. There is a consistent characterization for this boy. I respect him for that. You gotta respect the hustle. He knows the character type that he's good at, and he's sticking to it. I do love that for him, honestly. But yeah, that was the time where, we got in trouble with the teacher, because he got a little bit too rough and was, like, knocking over stuff in, like, the area where the other girls were playing house. And I was used to it, because I was used to how, he would play when we were, like, in the neighborhood, so I thought it was funny. The other girls were like, no! He's ruining our house! And then the teacher was like, don't do that, baby. So we had to, like, split them up after that. He was in character, I feel you. He was, like, basically method acting. It's just, you know, doesn't really fit with the vibe that the girls are going for, of just, like, soft, domestic life, pretending to cook with the like, rubber and plastic food. He'd been training for that role his whole life? Probably. A role he was born to play. So silly. How do we even get on this topic? I think I was just telling general stories about me being a kid. Does owning a pet ever go as expected? It was realism. Yeah, he was just giving them a healthy dose of reality. Keep that in mind, kids, as they're like crying over the fact that this child knocked over an imaginary table of food. Sleepovers and playdates. Oh, right. Yeah, I focus on the playdate side of it, because at first it was mostly playdates. Then when I started becoming friends with girls, I did eventually reach a point where I was able to experience a sleepover. I don't remember my first sleepover, but I remember like a few sleepovers, like, interspersed among like my other hangouts. But I don't know. I say a lot of stuff about how hanging out with boys is kind of crazy, but hanging out with girls could get kind of crazy too. I guess particularly when you were like a tomboy like I was kind of mostly hanging out with a lot of other tomboy girls. My best friend, of course, was a tomboy girl, and we did a lot of like, I don't want to say boyish activities, but we both really liked Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. So we were like obsessed with Sonic games for a bit. So we would like roleplay Sonic together a lot. That's what you do when you're a kid. I remember one sleepover at her house, we both made Neopets accounts. So that was how I first played Neopets. And I remember I had like snuck down to their family computer to keep playing Neopets even after she had gone to sleep. So I ended up getting ahead of her because I wanted to keep playing Neopets. So that was an experience too. Why are there so many Sonic fans in kawaii? I don't know, man. But between like Pokemon and Sonic, those were my two favorite things. Literal stealth mission. So true. Cause like this was back when I didn't have a family computer back at home, so I had to use their computer if I wanted to keep playing Neopets. So I was like, I gotta make sure I get to a good spot. Sonic is just a classic, true. I don't remember which Sonic game we were obsessed over the most back then. I think we had also been watching the cartoon, Sonic X. That feels right. I think it was around that time. Yeah. Oh boy, 3 AM! You know, playing Neopets. Too real. It's funny to think about how much I wanted to play Neopets back then, because, like, I really don't remember much of what playing Neopets is even like. No recollection. The only thing I remember is that I liked the... oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna know the names of these Neopets. I apologize. Usul? The little, like, squirrel-looking one? Loved her. And then I think it was called Aisha? But it was, like, a cat-looking one with, like, alien antenna. It was kind of, like, feline-looking, but, like, not really. It had, like, closed eyes. Was it Aisha? I don't remember. I remember Usul though, because I had an actual like physical toy of Usul where you could like press a little button on its fur collar and it would make little squeaky sounds at you. But I remember I complained because I had gotten a red Usul, but the one that I had on my Neopets account was like blue? Or like starry colored? I don't remember. That's a character arc. You went from complaining about missing bedtime to staying up playing Neopets. I hate character development. Wow, Aisha is right. I can't believe it. I must have unearthed those memories from thinking about my childhood. Because this is all from like the same general like era of Yuno Hanaki childhood. So that kind of makes sense. Oh, Hanaki! Good morning! But yeah, I think what the point of what I wanted to say though was that, girl sleepovers can still get kind of crazy. I mean, I told a very tame story just now, but there were other sleepovers with, like, bigger groups of girls that could get pretty crazy. I have memories of a few different sleepovers in my head. Mostly it was because of, meeting girls through the Girl Scouts. I don't think I really was making a lot of, female friends until I was in the Girl Scouts. But the Girl Scouts made you act a little bit more girly, so it was kind of an interesting balance. I bet during these sleepovers it was too young to talk about boys. Indeed. Also, you don't talk about boys nearly as much as they make it seem like in like teen movies and stuff. Like there are way other like weird topics that come up compared to talking about boys. Like we would sooner tell like ghost stories than we would talk about boys. Boys are cringe. We would like talk about ghost stories, or we would talk about like what are other examples? I just remember that we would talk about a lot of like creepy stuff, or like I wish I could remember more. I heard true crime is talked a lot. Like with kids? I don't know about with kids. But like proper table setting? Well, that was something we had to learn in the Girl Scouts, but it's not something we would talk about at a sleepover. I mean, the other girls would talk about, like, pop stars, I suppose. I was never really into pop stars as a kid. Like, I wasn't a boy band enjoyer or anything like that. I just kind of would hang out. I'd, like, listen to whatever. Oni Mama had a very specific radio station she would always listen to, so I didn't really get to experience a lot of other kinds of music. So they would, like, be talking about all these pop stars around me, and I'd be like, okay, sure. So I remember that would be talked about sometimes. Probably the typical, like, movies and TV shows. Probably a lot of Disney. Most people in my area didn't really have cable back then, but it was starting to become more of a thing, so sometimes people would be like, oh yeah, I saw this on cable, and we'd be like, whoa, cable. And then, of course, eventually I reached a point where instead of sleepovers with, like, more typical groups of girls, I would have sleepovers with the group of girls that became my, like, true best friends for the majority of my life. And we would play Tales games all night instead of anything else normal. So, I eventually found my people. You always will, at one point. Got into Tales, got into... I think that was also when I watched my first Miyazaki movie, which was Spirited Away. Yeah, I watched Spirited Away with them during a sleepover. And then... Your Panikia sisters? I really should, like, rename our group chat that. I don't know if anyone would remember. But that'd be hilarious. We got into, like, Naruto, kind of, together, too. Although that was more me and one friend. The other two were not as into Naruto as we were. Most morbid sleepover I had was during the period I was really into murder mysteries. It must be surreal to hear a group of boys discussing murder cases and how to set up murder scenarios. No, that's fun. That sounds sick. Your Sasuke fan club? Well, she hated Sasuke. She was a super big Naruto fan. Like Naruto the character, not just Naruto the series. She really liked Naruto, the titular character. And I have always been a... well, okay. My favorites shifted around a lot. I think my first favorite was Kiba. So I was a Kiba stan. And then it kind of like shifted to... miscellaneous other characters. It shifted around a lot. She hates Sasuke for stealing Naruto's first kiss. Back then? Probably. Back then? Wouldn't be surprised. Yuno loves bad boys? What do you mean? Kiba is not a bad boy. He's just kind of rowdy. Also, like, once my favorite shifted to Shikamaru, it stayed on Shikamaru. I didn't stray after that. When I felt attached to Shikamaru, I was like, he's perfect, and then I never changed. Mostly movies, video games, and pizza. Oh, for boy sleepovers? That makes sense. That's kind of basically what girl sleepovers were too, though less video games. Sometimes you'd get video games, but not as often. Yuno loves nerdy boys confirmed. That's, I guess, a bit closer. A bit. I feel like my taste is all over the place, though. I can't really narrow it down to one specific typing. I love how Kiba didn't notice how much his dog grew. You really don't notice, though, because you're with them all the time. And it's just like, suddenly they are big, and you're just like, oh yeah, you're not a little guy anymore. Crazy. Okay. Jacks of all trades, basically. Yeah, we can go with that. The dog often doesn't notice themselves growing either. That's true. I feel like Akamaru probably acted like a puppy for so long that Kiba was just like, yeah, this makes sense. Trying to stick this giant dog into his hoodie like how he used to with baby Akamaru. An Oni of many tastes. This is correct. Many tastes with boys, many tastes with girls, many tastes with characters in general, honestly. Like, I am compelled by a lot of different character types, and it's very weird, because I feel like sometimes I have a type, but most of the time I don't. But sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. And it goes all over the place. That's also why I kind of call myself a dare demo, because even in, like, random series or like things that I consume, I just end up liking everybody eventually. It's very rare that I have characters that I just straight up do not like. Variety is the spice of life. I would agree with that. Get a little bit of everything, you know? Perfectly balanced. Okay. Well, as much as I would love to stay and keep chattering, it is close to when I have to move to the next island task, so I will be wrapping it up here for now. I feel bad. I do want to keep chatting, but I gotta focus on my tasks, man. Everyone being like, no, Yuno, don't leave us. But I must. I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, though. It means a lot. Later today, well, depending on your time zone, it might not be later today for you. But 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have another stream for members. So if you're a tier 2 or tier 3 member, feel free to come on by. I will be doing some late night show work, might be some writing, might be some recording, but I'll actually get to show you guys some of the stuff that I'm working on this time, so that'll be nice. So, I hope you will look forward to that stream when it comes up. Thank you again for hanging out with me for this stream, though. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu!